MrYorkieLoverFitness.com.
A few weeks ago, I made a video titled, "Is Rich Piana's 5% Nutrition Going Down?" And I showcased footage from the Fit Expos from 2015, 2016, 2017, and this year, 2018, to show how the crowd size had gotten smaller this current year. And a lot of people left a lot of comments of what they think went wrong with running 5% nutrition after Rich's death. So I made a list of things to talk about that I agree where 5% nutrition messed up, and then maybe some possible solutions on how they could fix their problem. Because I sadly think that if they continue down the road they're going, they're going to get smaller and smaller. And I won't say they'll go out of business, but they won't be the force they once were. So the first thing they messed up on, which I'm just utterly amazed, is when Rich passed, they had a private funeral, which is understandable. But how come there was no funeral for the fans or some type of memorial for the fans to go to and pay their respects? And there was nothing. And it could have been live streamed where people could have left comments and they could have had an address and people could have came and went to wherever they had planned a memorial or actually like had a separate funeral for the fans. So I mean, that to me, that was the first mess up, because knowing Rich's personality, he would want as many people as possible to be there because that's what he liked. He loved the people. He loved being surrounded by the people. And to have such a small gathering of just his close friends and business associates, which was fine to do, but there should have been something for the fans. So to me, that was the first mess up. Now, the second big mess up is there still is no headstone on his grave. And the reason why, you see on the internet that I guess Jane had a falling out with Rich Piana's mother, and Jane is Rich Piana's first wife. So they had a falling out, and the mother has the ultimate decision on what's going to be on the headstone, and she doesn't want anything that mentions 5% on there. And 5% doesn't want to, help put a headstone up and pay for it, because I guess Rich Piana's mother doesn't really have the money. And they don't want to, so the 5% Nutrition doesn't want to put up the money to pay for a headstone if they can't put something on there. Now, and it seems like they're at a standstill, and so to this day, there's still no headstone, and it doesn't look like there's going to be one anytime soon. And what they need to do is they need to pay the mother off, find her asking price, pay her off, so 5% can put what they want to put on the headstone. And I'm sure Rich would want something relating to 5% and his legacy on the headstone. So this to me is more of a money issue, that if the mother needs money, agree to a figure, you could pay her off and give her the money and then put his headstone down. So that's the next thing they need to do. They need to take care of that headstone, because it's just going to a gravesite that's unmarked is truly not worthy for Rich Piana. Okay, the third mistake I think they made, and this was another big one, and I don't understand why they did this. They got rid of Chanel. Chanel was Rich's girlfriend. She was there when he started the company. She was there when he filmed most of the videos that's up on his channel, and they got rid of her. That is the dumbest thing they could have ever done, because she is still a connection to Rich Piana. People, when they see Chanel, they associate her with Rich Piana, as they should. And for a company to get rid of her and not have her be a representative of the company, it makes no sense. I don't know why that was done. She doesn't know why that was done, but that was just completely dumb. All right, and then the next thing, like I said, it just seemed like they made mistake after mistake after mistake, and I don't know if it's because they're naive, or I don't know if it's just a money thing, or I don't know if it was their egos getting in the way, thinking that, that just the name of this company could live on off of Rich's accolades. But I don't think that's the case. I think that can help the company live on, but you need to make better decisions. Now, the next mistake I believe they made was they made Martin Ford the new face of 5%. And if you look right here, here's what's amazing to me. First of all, why would you make anybody the new face of 5%? If you're going to do that, you might as well change the company's name, take Rich Piana's face off all the products and his name off all the products if you're going to make this, you know, a new face of the company. So as you look right here, you notice Martin Ford. Here he is right here. You notice what he's wearing? He's not even wearing a 5% nutrition shirt. He's wearing a Martin Ford shirt. So you made the new face of 5%, Martin Ford, who's not even promoting your brand. Now, I have nothing against this guy. He's an impressive looking guy. You see him in person, he's impressive. The problem I have is this guy, if you've seen his videos, he just doesn't have the personality to carry a company like this. He doesn't have half the personality of Rich Piana. And I'm not trying to rag on him because, like I said, I don't know him personally. He seems like a nice guy, but in this world, you either have it or you don't. And unfortunately, I don't think this guy has it. He's impressive looking, he's big looking, but no personality whatsoever. But like I said, I'm tripping on this. Him, and then same with this, I think this Drew guy right here, he's also not wearing a 5% shirt. Those right there were the 4 biggest things I think they messed up with this whole new 5% nutrition after Rich Piana. But and the way they could fix it is by going back. It's a little too late to do a memorial for him, but they can go back. They can pay the mother, pay her off, get a headstone up there, and then once the headstone's up, I guess they could do a live broadcast of a memorial for the fans. The next thing they need to do is get Chanel back. I know Chanel started her own brand, and even if you just had her have a booth next to the booth of 5% would help. But you can get her back there, and don't make Martin Ford the new face. Don't make anyone the new face of your company. Okay, let's talk about the Fit Expo. As we're looking here, let's look at the things they just did wrong at this LA Fit Expo, and they have plenty of time to remedy this for the next. I believe the Arnold's coming up. It's like, as I'm looking right here, there was no tribute to Rich Piana at their booth. Nothing. No posters. Nothing. I mean, you would think in business it takes money to make money. You would think that they would have made some type of statue or something like, or even a lifelike poster that people could stand next to and take a picture with, remembering Rich Piana. There was nothing like that, and to me that seems like a no-brainer. There were no giveaways to celebrate Rich Piana's life. They had plenty of product to sell, but there was no giveaways to honor him. The other thing is the music that was played at this booth wasn't the same type of music Rich Piana used to play at his booth. He used to play a lot of rap music. He used to play a lot of heavy metal and rock music. And the music selection this year at the LA Fit Expo was not his music selection. You should have made an actual playlist of Rich's songs, which Chanel knows and a bunch of other people know they could have got, and you could have played that music. You could have made that playlist, and in between, you could have had Chanel and some of the other 5%ers talking about, Rich, right before the song would go on, talking about a little history, like Rich loved this song because we'd work out to this song, or, we did this to the song or did that to that song, and they could have little like 10 to 20-second snippets of them talking before a song's played. But you should have had a playlist of Rich Piana's music that he loved to play at his booth, but you didn't. And then another problem I saw is, as you look right here, is hardly any athletes. I mean, they probably had a quarter of the athletes that Rich Piana would normally have at his booth. And not only was it that, I think there was only 2 or 3 women. It's like there should have been at least a third women, 2/3 guys, if not half women, because 80% of people that go to these Fit Expos are men, and men are attracted to good-looking women. And so if you see a booth that has a bunch of good-looking women, no matter what product they're selling, men will go to that booth. But this booth had just all guys. They weren't very friendly looking. You only recognize like 3 of these guys. You recognize Paulo, Drew, and Martin Ford, and like you don't recognize any of these other guys. So just this whole booth setup It wasn't what Rich would have done. So the last thing I wonder about is Rich filmed a ton of footage. When he would film a video, you know, let's say he put up a 10-minute video, he would film probably hours worth of footage and stuff. So he had a ton of footage, and I guess Chanel had turned over the footage to the company because the company owns, you know, 5% Nutrition Company owns all Rich's channels. And so she turned over all the footage, but they should have been releasing behind-the-scenes footage. They should have been releasing extended cut footage. They should have been releasing edited footage. They had a ton. They had and have a ton of footage that Rich left behind that they could have been putting up, you know, on a timely basis. They could every week they could have put up a video to just keep it going as much as they can and keep the fans interested in his YouTube channel and his videos and help his legacy grow. But for some reason they put up 1 or 2 videos, I believe, and that's it. So what is going on there? I don't, like I said, I don't know if these guys, you know, and when I say guys, I know Jane owns the company, and there's been rumor that there's someone else that there might be Jane and a silent backer, but I don't think so. I think it's Jane, but I could be wrong. I think she's the sole owner. So if that's the case, all these decisions are falling on her. Now, I don't know if she's making bad decisions because she doesn't have a good business sense. I don't know if she's making bad decisions, like I said, because of her ego, and she thinks that the company's established well enough that it could just continue on the way it is. I don't know what the reason is, but it's like if you want your company to continue to be strong, which I don't think it's going to be, if you continually go down the route you've been going, you need to make some changes. And I'm not saying this to try to attack you or attack Jane if she is the sole owner of this company. I'm saying this to make sure Rich Piana's legacy stays alive and this company stays alive. And from what I'm seeing right now, I'm not seeing that that's being done. And like I said, let's go. I put this video up a couple weeks ago. Let's look at some of these comments. And like I said, I agree with a lot of what people are saying. Right here, LA Fit Expo 18 was dead. And some people could say, well, the footage you showed was not at a good time. I shot that footage on the prime time on Saturday, the busiest day. And I went back to that booth about 4 times that day, and this was the most packed it was, as you see, where they had about like 20 people in line. I want to clear that rumor up right now. So like I said, what this guy right here says, what went wrong? Should have kept Chanel, like I said. Exactly. Chanel was a perceived link to Rich's legacy, but egos got in the way of 5% keeping her. Big mistake. I agree. One of the biggest mistakes they made. Should have more women up front. It goes back to what I was saying. 80% of people that go to these fit expos are men, and they are attracted to hot-looking women. And like it should pack the front with more friendly-looking guys. It's like the guys they had kind of look very thuggish, like gangbangers, not friendly, not approachable, and definitely no personalities. Like this guy mentioned, no personalities. Yeah, too many big penitentiary-looking guys in front, scares people away. And then Martin Ford. Like I said, I have nothing against Martin Ford. And if you watch this video, bro, I don't know you. I'm not trying to attack you, but it's like, look at you either have it or you don't. And so far, what you've shown, your personality does not have, you know, to live up to what Rich's personality was. I mean, you're an impressive-looking guy, and I hear you do a lot of acting, but it just, the personality, it's not larger in life like Rich's was, and that's what you need. So we look down here. And so most of these people believe your company's dying, and I think so too. Now, dying to the point that it will be dead and not exist anymore, I don't think so. I think you'll still hold a small ground somewhere in the nutrition industry, but it doesn't have to be that way. You need to make these changes so you can fix it right now. So I just wanted to make a video on what, you know, 5% has done wrong, what they could possibly do to fix it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And like I said, I'm not making this video to attack 5%. Nah, my goal is to help 5% so they continue and they grow. But I just feel deep down, and I think a lot of fans agree with me, that what they're doing and what they've done so far is not going to make this company grow, but in fact, help it lose ground in the nutrition and fitness industry. So go ahead, like I said, leave a comment in the section down below and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
Check out MrYorkieLoverFitness.com for bonus videos not found anywhere else.